It's the 17th of January 2021. Welcome to all of you. Happy Sunday. Welcome to breakfast time here on the Rancho. Yeah, you like my Under Armour? Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this wonderful Under Armour. Let me get to the YouTube side here. Talk about a few things today. There we are. Boom. All right, we're on the right side. Good morning, Shemay. Good morning, Gone with the Kale. How are you? Yeah, thumbs up are appreciated if you're coming in. Good morning, Kimia. Good morning to you. I hope that you are doing well today. Glorious day here, not a cloud in the sky. Probably go up to the 70s again. But good morning, Toodles. Good morning, Sawyer. Big Dog, how you doing? I'm feeling good, feeling a bit slimmer these days. As I complete, this will be day 7 of my, I don't want to call it a diet. What do you call that? You call that changing up your food regimen for a week, which has been pretty cool. I've not had any appreciable carbs. Hey Goldie, Simply Wicked, Charlie Brown, what's going on? Hope you're having a good one this morning. Yeah, I feel like my face is as fat. Used to be 1 week down, 3 weeks to go. So far, so good. Thank you, Big Dog. I'm feeling good. The exercise has really been an awesome component of what I've been doing. Over the last fitness journey. Thank you, Gun Mod. That's exactly what you should call it, a fitness journey. And I'm feeling like it's on track, going good. The thing is, when you're on this kind of regimen, good morning, Nikki. When you're on this kind of regimen, it's important not to sort of fall off the horse. Meaning, if you're going to commit to this, you got to make sure you don't have a carb breakdown. That means that you get thank you, Kimmy. That means that you get so starved for any kind of nutrition that you go out and buy a bag of Doritos or a bag of chips or something like that. So, yeah, if you're coming in, thumbs up are appreciated today. Thumbs up for Sunday. Glowing. Thank you, Goldie. I'm feeling good today. I had a pretty decent sleep last night. And if you can avoid that diet breakdown day, that day where you just, oh, what the hell, I think I'm just going to have some ice cream today, or, a bag of Doritos or a bag of pretzels or something like that, or just go crazy with fast food. I'm going to have a couple Big Macs with the buns and things. And if you can avoid that kind of breakdown, I think that hurts you psychologically more than physiologically. How you doing, Kimberly? Don't forget to, thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you. Hi, Leah. How are you today? Hello, Bill Ellis. Good to see you. If you can avoid that mental breakdown day, because that's what it is. It's not so much physical, but you kick yourself in the ass and you say, oh, my God, well, that's the end of that. I failed. And Katie barred the door, and then you tend to gain more weight because psychologically you're in a bad place. How you doing, Cinnamon? What's going on? Yep, love the Under Armour. Very happy to have this. It's awesome, isn't it? Isn't this awesome? I like it. How you doing? Reachable for you. Did someone say ice cream? Hey, how you doing, Allie? We got Rolo's mate in the chat. How you doing, sweetheart, over in the great UK? Now, in my opinion, and this is just my experience as somebody who's embarked on these things various times over the last 7 years, these fitness change-ups and diet change-ups, is that you do have to someday you have to give a little bit more, and other days you just need to stay on track. Like today, I'm going to have 4 pieces of bacon, and I'm going to add 2 eggs to it today to up my protein and kind of reward myself for a first week. Tonight I will be in Rancho Kitchen Stadium, and I will be making basically a no carb Going to do a camp style cook tonight. I'm going to take veggies, cut them up with, I'm going to take some garlic, some onion, celery, shrimp, some green onion, probably add some peas in there. I'm going to throw it all into a nice foil, make a foil wrap. Wrap it up tight so the juices don't get out. Make sure it's dry inside. Put a little bit of oil, spray oil on it, and some Old Bay and some Knorr chicken powder. And that's going to flavor that up really nicely. And we're going to put that on about 15 minutes for each side. Then I might treat myself to some bacon and apples for dessert, which would be kind of interesting. Hey, German lady, how you doing, honey? Tracy, what's going on? Remember, keto is a high fat. That's right. So when I'm having bacon, 4 pieces of bacon, that's a lot of fat in there. And the great thing about fat is that fat keeps you going for a long period of time. And finally, after all these years, it struck me and took it to heart that fat doesn't make you fat, because that's the easiest thing for the body to process. It's carbs. It's carbs that lead to some cases of diabetes and other things, because they're a little more complex and they have to be broken down. Fat has no such distinction. So, in other words, it's better to eat cheese, better to eat bacon than it is to eat Doritos. Our diet in America particularly has changed a lot over the last 30 years. I've seen it. I've seen the snack foods go from half of an aisle to one complete, almost 2 sides of an aisle in the grocery store. Carbs built this country. Now, if you're exercising like crazy or you're an athlete, yeah, carbs are critical, okay? They are definitely critical. And I'm getting enough carbs as a byproduct of eating that I feel like I'm okay. I don't feel like I'm missing it. Good morning, Anne Marie. I hope you have a beautiful day too. Sugar and flour isn't good for you. Anyone, exactly. Eating fat is better, but no gallbladder. Yeah, well, Allie, if you have gallbladders, fat is a difficult thing. I get that. It triggers gallbladder and things like that. There's always 2 sides to the coin. But if you're doing something as I am for a 1 month period, I can't see a lot of downside to it, particularly as I'm keeping my vitamin intake up with multivitamin, magnesium, vitamin D, and all that. So it's good. Did I sleep well after the Truly? And I kind of slept, and I did, and I was up at maybe 2:30 in the morning, swinging around at chats till about 4:30, laying in bed. And I had the damnedest dream. I had the weirdest dream last night. Just, I don't know. I was listening to Dave the Fisherman's or whatever, and Elvis was on there, and they was, talking about the van life. And I drifted off to sleep. And I had this weird dream that had the Lisa Marie in front, and we went into some kind of factory, like some kind of, I don't know whether it was a steel mill or some kind of factory. And you guys know I love industry, and particularly heavy industry. And followed into the door and followed him behind. And I wasn't driving. I was sitting as a passenger in the vehicle behind that. And all of a sudden, once we're inside, we're on this roadway on the 2nd or 3rd floor of this factory, coming in on a high bridge. And all of a sudden, who's ever driving my van, and I don't know whether it was Rich Life or Road Trips, Real Street News, I don't know who in the hell it was, but all of a sudden, I'm just sitting there in the passenger seat, and my driver just hits the gas pedal. And it takes the van in front to Lisa Marie, and it takes it down the stairs, and that's the last thing I saw was the Lisa Marie going down the steps. I figured we better hightail it out of here. We go running out of the van towards the fence around the property, and here's 5 or 6 security guys that look like they're dressed like a lawn and garden company in green tops with caps. Damn, it looked like like your neighborhood lawn and garden. They started coming at me. And I just woke up at that point. What a weird friggin' dream. You know, I don't know. It's strange. It's strange. Hi, Elmer. How are you? Hey, Cindy. Good morning to you. And I thought that was pretty funny. I mean, I've been watching the Lisa Marie go down the staircase, and I'm thinking that's going to be a tough stop there. It's kind of hard to get brakes going down those steps. Yeah, I don't know, just a weird ass dream, man. And I hardly ever dream, so I'm blaming it on the Truly seltzer last night. Okay, I think the Truly seltzer screwed with my mind. All right, last night. Now, how you doing, sissy? Hey, Lulu, what's going on? I really firmly believe that mucked with my mind on the seltzer and all that bullshit on there last night. But let's rate them. Number one, kiwi watermelon. Number two would be the mango, and last place would be the pineapple. I thought was the lousiest rendition. Hey, Emily, how you doing? Soda, high fats, etc. Oh, geez, this is a rewind. What does that mean, Claire? I'm not sure what you're saying. This is a rewind. I mean, we're live. Hello, live, coming at you from the Rancho. Good morning, Derveet. You should try the grapefruit White Claw. I think I'll do that. Yeah, it was like a bad acid flashback water. But I just remember the funniest thing was in that van, my van, following in, I don't know whose it was, following on this raised roadway into this factory. I don't know whether we were going to just put the Lisa Marie in the crusher or what the hell we were doing. And I just looked over at the person like, why in the hell did you put it in drive and hit the gas pedal and drive the drive the van in front right off the step? I don't know. Thank you. Be more kind. Thank you. Hey, Susie. No baking videos for a month then. Yeah, we're taking time off of that. Yeah, after Risha, I heard you should be taking digestive enzymes. Yeah, I still got my gallbladder, so I think that's okay. I'm feeling good though. That's my one day a week to really have a couple drinks is on Saturday nights, but I will be in Kitchen Stadium tonight doing the keto-friendly camp cookout tonight with the aluminum foil, and it's going to be interesting to see how that turns out. I'm doing good. Hey, Abby, how are you? Now the diet is going really good, and I think the key is feeling satisfied enough that your mind is not dwelling on food during the week. I think that's the key. If you're really super depriving yourself and you're not getting protein and fats and you're dreaming about a bag of Cheetos, then you're probably not going to make it, okay? But if you're eating bacon, eggs, the body loves that, and it sustains, and it's a very long, it stays with you. It's good in rib stick and so, and it's very metabolism friendly on that. Never took anything after I just know not to eat garbage food. You like diet pills? I don't know. Hey, yeah, man, what's going on? Hey, Long Island Girl says I've been on keto for a month and I feel great. I'm actually feeling good. Yeah, I do. I think I look already after a week a bit slimmer, but we've got to remember, I'm also very active too. I'm always on the go. I'm always moving, doing projects. I'll be at the workshop today, doing stuff out there and walking. Hey, Milani, how are you? Hey, Dee, how you doing, sweetie? Probably enjoying Florida. Well, I never look big, but you feel, not that I look big, but I have a very low trigger point, which means when my weight gets to a certain point, and it's not going to be when I get 30 or 40 pounds overweight, it's going to be 5 to 10 pound range. Then it's like I swing into action at that point. So I've done a keto a few times. Well, I don't know, cinnamon hot. I'm just here, but thank you, sweetie. Hey, Vanessa, how you doing, sweetie? So I have a very low trigger point for starting to get myself shaped up, because It's harder as you get older. It really is. It's harder to get motivated. The lazy boy chair looks more comfortable every day. You just want to rock back there and just put on a hangout and just chill out, laying back. But that's I have to fight that tendency to do that. The Truly did you dirty. Nice blue top. Thank you, GBJ. I appreciate. I did Atkins if you felt wonderful. Lord. Now I primary lots of eggs, cheese, beans with a few carbs daily. I've maintained. That's excellent. Well, thank you, Claire. Stay away from the seltzers. I'm going to tell you, Tattoo Crazy. I didn't get messed up last night. I was very contained. Now, that was the first alcohol I'd had in, what, a week or something like that? And drinking away, and it felt pretty good. They were only 5% alcohol, so I didn't really get buzz bombed last night on that. I'm not too fond of fried foods, sweets, or fast food. Yeah, you walk your butt off. That's exactly correct. My daughter did it in the keto flu. It was not so good for her. Yeah, I wouldn't do that in pandemic times. For me, I'm pretty sure I had COVID-19 and almost asymptomatic case back in March of 2020. So I've been around tens of thousands of people, and LA, Vegas multiple times, LA, and I've just continued to cruise through without any issues. So I have to believe, although I'm going to be getting my vaccine this week, hopefully. Yeah, at least when I sleep, I don't eat. Well, Allie, Rolo's made you're far from being heavy. You look very slim, actually. So the crazy dream was because you were alcohol deprived. Good morning, Bruce. Alcohol deprived. I do enjoy drinking. Okay, I do enjoy drinking beer. All right, I don't really like fruity flavored things, so it was quite a departure for me last night to have the Truly seltzer beverage, because I like a beer. I don't like beer with orange slice in it. I don't like beer that has cranberries, or beer with grapes, or beer with watermelon, or beer with grapefruit, or just give me the damn lager beer and I'm happy as hell. Tomorrow night, Melania, we may be. Let's talk about the Vandeman and a little bit of upcoming travel. I want to, I'm committed for the time being to be in the Nevada, California area of travel, because I consider that one super state, really, Nevada and California. So I'm going to continue my journeys through there. Now, the issue is, how you doing, James? Budweiser bottle. The issue, hey Jen, good morning. The issue is the van's service engine light went on Thursday. Maybe went on Friday afternoon or something like that. And I managed to get the code reader at the AutoZone, plug it in. And it had something to do with the thermostat, but it didn't say defective thermostat. It said this is a known issue and you need to reprogram the whatever the module, the computer module on board. So I took your guys' advice and I've disconnected the battery here. So we're going to did that earlier this morning. We're going to let that cook out there for 5 or 6 hours. Then we're going to reconnect the battery and see if that clears. The code. It might just be a one-off thing. So we shall see. We can only travel locally, but no one has said how far that is. Yeah, well, UK I think is dealing much more stringently with the COVID. Hey, Clearski, long time no see. Good morning, Wade Bowen fan. Now, provided if that doesn't clear, then I have to wait till, I don't want to screw the van up, because it's actually paid off now. I think I have a balance of $27 on a van that I financed for 3 years here, and I don't want to blow it up. Okay, so if the code doesn't clear, reprogramming something that's really, a competent mechanic might be able to reprogram it, but it'll be worth it to me to take that vehicle in for a thorough checkup at the at the dealer combined with that. And if they have to reprogram the CPM on it, that'll be fine. But if it clears, I'll be taking off on a travel jaunt this week, one way or another. It'll either be real soon or possibly next Sunday to take off and celebrate a new presidency, right? Hey, Bonnie, how you doing, honey? Totally locked down in Massachusetts. Good advice not to risk it. I'm not gonna risk it. They have these damn things so jacked up and so complicated these days that the days of the shade tree mechanic are really, really drawing to a close. Well, thank you, Clearsky. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, J.A., how you doing? Jane, let's see. Give me beer with no produce. Yeah, I don't want any damn produce in my beer. Let's go to Oakland. I'm curious how much it has changed since last time you went. We may do an Oakland jaunt. Just remember, particularly when it comes to cities like Oakland and LA and other places, it's a changed world out there. Yeah, it's a changed world. Hey, Shay. Hey, Emily. It's a changed world out there. And the risks of confrontation when you're a street streamer have risen dramatically since when I started to do Chuchin in Oakland 2.5 years ago, okay? There's much more, hey P2E, there's much more of a sense of devil may care amongst people living on the street out there, that they know that they have a much wider latitude to get away with stuff on the street. So the potential of having a negative encounter, I would judge, is 50% higher than the last time I went down in Oakland, just because this pandemic has people so triggered, okay, and nerves are frayed and nerves are on edge, and I'm like, what the hell? I don't want to be that person that gets my camera smashed or whatever. So you've got to be damn careful. Now, International Boulevard is a great place to stream and go to. It's interesting. It's a very attractive idea for me to go down there. Let's play it by ear this week and see what happens. I'm sure the homeless situation is off the hook. But remember, because of the sheer size of the homeless situation and the magnitude of numbers of people on the street, your potential of, let's say, as we know in Oakland on San Leandro Road, which runs parallel to International Boulevard in Oakland. Let's say, is like last time, there's 40 or 50 people living in tents or things along there. You cruise through with a camera. Yeah, last time was okay, but this time you might have a really, really, really badass encounter down there. Yeah, it's great for YouTube, but the risk is just really high. There's lots of suspicion out there. Exactly. We've barely touched 2021. How can anybody expect it to be different overnight? Yeah, it can't be overnight. The mood can change. The mood can change just like it did in 1933 with the inauguration of FDR, sort of changed the mood of the nation. Isn't it an important inaugural address coming up? Yeah. Is it as some people are saying it's going to be the most important inaugural address in history? Bullshit. In 1932, when FDR was standing up there on the platform in front of the Capitol building, taking the oath of office, 1/3 of the, about 25 to 30% of the banks had failed, and banks were toppling like dominoes right up to Inauguration Day. You had machine guns positioned on the top of the White House and on top of the Capitol building because they truly believed that people were going to riot, okay, because things were so bad. No welfare, no disability, no unemployment insurance, no organized government food distribution. Man, you were really on your own. And people were getting desperate out there in the Appalachians, boiling and eating dandelions, and literally people were starving to death. Okay, this is like a Sunday school picnic compared to that. So it's Roger Brown in here. See what Roger said. Biden is not. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's the times aren't like now. It could be next 4 years. You never know. We could go two ways, up, or we can go down, or we can just muddle through sideways here. But let's not mistake it. I was a little pissed off. The New York Times called it, it'll be the greatest inaugural moment in history. I don't think so. I'm all behind when the president gets sworn in. I'm a believer and support the office and support the presidency. No matter what. I made homemade meatloaf in the oven. That's good. Red Squirrel was a unifier. But I cannot say that, Roger Brown. I think it behooves all of us to take the eraser and clean the board here. And let's see how things proceed. And let's not prejudge, and that's what prejudice is. Prejudging somebody before they take the reins of power. Okay, I can say that as a moderate and independent. Let's just see how we get past this pandemic and all that. I think the biggest risk of all is that the virus mutates, and I've said this before, the virus mutates faster than the vaccinations can catch up with it, okay? In other words, the longer it takes to vaccinate the population, the more time that the virus has to be out there and undergo mutations. And only one of those mutations has to be a fierce variety, and then we're right back to, we start chasing the tail of virus, vaccine, and the years become miserable. We don't know. Yeah, there you go. Bommy says, I feel the same. It's hard. I know it is. Yeah, I think that we just have to unite. I mean, this is unusual for me to have, presidents inaugurated and not having people behind them, at least initially for the honeymoon period, the first year or whatever. It's highly unusual to have, a great chunk of people negative on that, on the presidency, because I grew up with, a lot of different presidents, and this only over the last 12 years, I would say, has the fracture been so great that we've lost the ability to work across the aisle with each other, and it's just everything's always perfectly divided by party, and that's a shame, except when it comes to matters of war and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's hard when the vote process was so skewed, but it is what it is. I came down to the conclusion that many people might not like the result. Many people believe that there's fraud involved. Other people believe it's fair. But when the secretaries of state certify these election results, many of which were Republicans. Now, what do I say to those, 35 Republican governors with, the power of the executive and all that, yeah, go ahead, certify it? I don't know, What does that tell you? That the Republican governors or secretaries of states were cowards? No, it just means they examined it and they determined they felt things were good. How you doing, Lavender? Good to see you. Hey, how you doing, Ronnie? Looks blue today. Blue. Hey, Kat, how are you? So let's give it a shot. Do you think things are worse now than they were in the 60s? Yes, absolutely. You had the great body then you had a much bigger middle class, a much more solid middle class who, as long as they were earning their paychecks and stuff, was pretty happy with the state of America. Voting for a Republican and Democrat, there wasn't a hell of a lot of difference except on a localized election level. Like growing up in Baltimore, if you weren't a Democrat, then you had no say really in city, county, state politics at all, because of the overwhelming numbers of Democrats in big cities. But I told you before, I thought the ability of people to work across the aisle and compromise and talk to each other. Now I don't even know if I don't even know if Republican and Democrat senators even talk to each other anymore. I don't know. It's a worrisome kind of thing to me. Vote locally, think globally. Yeah, problem with politics is they lie. So things are much more explosive because we had a solid middle class. Women didn't have to be injected into the workforce. Now, a lot of women want to be in the workforce, and that's cool. I totally support that. But let's face it, if you wanted to maintain the same standard of living coming out of the 60s and by the end of the 70s, after the ravages of inflation and all that, if you didn't have two people working in the household, then it was much harder to maintain your standard of living. So women got injected into the workforce in very large numbers, mainly to sustain. There's of course the advancement of women's rights, but mainly to sustain, I think, standards of living in this nation. And that's going along pretty good until this point in time. Now we see that multi-working couples, dual income families are now reaching a struggle point again here, and the middle class is shrinking. Okay, and we're much more. We got what 1% of the people or whatever control some ridiculous percentage of the wealth, and the rest of us are fighting over a rotten biscuit here. So. Let's see. Emily says I called my Republican rep Fred up to thank him for impeachment. We will definitely be getting another payment. It's going to be interesting to see who Biden appoints as Secretary of the Treasury, and whether Jerome Powell, the Fed Secretary, Federal Reserve Chairman, will be carried over. Hey, Jackie, it won't be bad. I don't think it'll be as bad. They have such a show of force on the streets that I can't imagine there'll be any kind of, you might have some peaceful protests, but that door is closed on being able to go crazy like that. Because what are you really protesting at this point? No family values, too many baby mamas, too many baby daddies. How you doing, Sonny? Well, it'll be on the order of $1,400. So yeah, it'll be coming. It'll just throw more debt onto the national debt, and I don't wonder how long interest rates can stay down. Can you imagine rolling over hundreds of billions of dollars every week in the Treasury and selling that crap? God forbid that nations like China and Japan go on buying strikes and stop buying their debt. Roger Brown said, I'm ashamed they put over 20,000 troops in war. They only needed 200 because they're making a statement, Roger. Hey, how you doing, RC? Good to see you. Happy New Year to you, my friend. I think that they're making a statement there when they do that. They want things to be so overwhelmingly taken care of in prevention that nobody's going to think about it. Plus, they dealt so harshly with the people that stormed the Capitol to make a strong example of them over the last 10 days or so. So you want to move to Vegas? Street life. Good to see you, my friend. How you doing? When they make statements, other people will make equal statements. The only thing I would say, Roger Brown, is let's give things a chance here. Let's clear this pandemic, okay? Let's clear this pandemic and rebuild this country, provided there's not been too much structural damage done to it now. I'm feeling great, Rosa, and become a famous stripper. There have been jamming communication since before the problems in D.C. I'm going to go ahead and make my own stimulus check. Worked last night, made $380 in 8 hours. All markets have been. There's things to do, man. I don't think you're going to see a lot of protests. You'll see small groups, but unless they're really massive in number, it's going to be very. I don't think anything's going to bust loose. I mean, you've had people that were in those Capitol protests that committed suicide because being caught in the FBI net now and all that. There is, yeah, no, Jen, I'd hate to, I don't know, you got to have your head examined to be president these days, right? I mean, what the hell, right? Especially you come into office, you're automatically disliked by 50% of the votership. It's like, it's unprecedented in my time, right? You know? I mean, you're already behind the eight ball before you even begin. Start pruning $100 bills, rent voucher. Stop giving young people 100, and I'll never pay bills. You really enjoy the van streams? Yeah, a lot of people do. They're very big streams on here, and I appreciate you guys being here. About the voice to text, just saying I've been jamming critical communications. Well, if they if they sense that there's too much traffic on protest, I wouldn't be surprised if the internet experienced an outage. The internet experiencing, not just like Haiti. And let's give things a chance. Good morning, Mark Terry, or good afternoon. I was president of our homeowners association, and it almost drove me into a breakdown. Never again. That might actually be worse than being a president. Got to go up to somebody and tell them you can't paint your house purple. You can't put pink on the outside of your house. Sorry. Hey, you're violating my free speech rights. No, you have the covenants built into your purchase contract. Oh, fuck that. I'm going to give me my lawyer, right? Meanwhile, they paint it pink, and there we go through the lawyers who love it. It's a lawyer's world right now, right? Yeah, Phil Spector's The Wall of Sound, and I took it over here with The Wall of Sound at the Rancho. Yeah, Phil Spector. Yeah, what's up, Mouse Toes? Free speech isn't free. So much hate was spread and hasn't improved. Anyone can be coming together for the U.S. Jackie, I'm seeing the same things unfold with Australia and China right now. How bitter things are becoming between Australia and China. That's pretty tough optic right now too. What's going on in that particular? There's a lot of little ring circuses here that are going on. So worldwide roaming blackouts. Yeah. How you doing, Dawn? What's going on? Happy Sunday. Should start huge infrastructure jobs, talking good jobs that pay good. Corporations do not provide middle class income. They're the government. My only caution on that, Roy, is make sure that that's really needed. Right now, we're not running that catastrophically high an unemployment rate. And if we shoot our wad too soon, and if stuff really gets bad, then some people are going to get cold feet about voting bigger and bigger. You'll have everybody working for the government, and that's no bueno for getting people back to the private sector. It's very difficult to unravel and reverse the depression, I watch. Yeah, Street Life, you don't want to be in your homeowner association president there. Can you imagine that? Do you ever go to a Grateful Dead concert with the Wall of Sound? I never went to a Grateful Dead concert, but I remember just in the 70s that concerts would just build huge speaker walls, and that's why everybody walks around. Huh? What did you say? What? Could you repeat that? Was irresponsibly unleashed on the world. Well, we could say the same thing about the Spanish flu of 1917, 1920. It was unleashed here in America, in Kansas out there. That resulted in 500,000 people dying because they were burning horse shit on a pile at an army base, and the wind kicked up and the cloud of yellow crap, it just kicked it off. So the French live streams are mind-blowing with protests against security global law. Yeah, well, France has a very destabilized population now because some of these colonial empires like England and France, if you're in the Commonwealth, whether it's the Congo, if for French or French Congo, whatever, people have the right to live within the mother country. And you get enough people to think differently and live differently than you do, and it becomes a friction point, right? It becomes a friction point for feeling like you're losing, just like in this country, that certain groups feel like they're losing their grip on power, and it's a very uncomfortable feeling for them. Yeah, thank you, Donnie. So that's that's called the Empire Strikes Back, right? Instead of everything flowing out, all of a sudden everybody wants to flow into France from all these colonial possessions and for better opportunities in life, and you have people complaining about growing populations of people dissimilar to who they are, and the lack of integration and the lack of respecting, quote, traditional values in the country and all that. Driving that train high on Cape Cane. Hey, beep, 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 beep. Yeah, reverse colonialism. Okay. I mean, it's set up, it's by law, right? That's the way it is. That's the way it is. Oh, thank you, C. Robbins. Thank you. So it's an interesting discussion today. I just hope people give everybody a chance. I don't know. There's enormous problems out there, but there are bright spots too. You can look at where all of our troubles began in the 1970s with Detroit falling behind in terms of competency in building cars, building those huge boats like the Cordobas, and the poor quality of work. So they were subjected to these forces 50 years ago, okay, of global competition. And arguably now, they're in so much stronger shape in producing world-class vehicles now that the rest of the country, I think, has to follow suit with the pain that they went through, and closures and restructurings, retooling, engineering, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, 12 more thumbs up, 8 more, and we're up to 100. I'm staying home until the pandemic's over. I've always been fascinated with Sharon Tate and the whole Manson time. Have you walked the road up to Cielo Drive before the? No, I was gonna walk up with Cab TV. Said, hey, you want to go up there? And I did the Googling, and the house had been torn down. I'm not going to haul people up a hill to see a lot that's just sitting there. Okay, a house is one thing. We can appreciate that. We've looked at a lot of historically significant homes in movies and other things. You can trace our modern issues back to Woodrow Wilson. Most of our modern issues was his fault. Well, World War I was the real the aftermath of World War I was the real devastating factor into a lot of problems that we have today. So, which was a lot of those problems, Roger Brown, were rooted in Woodrow Wilson, because few people know it, but Woodrow Wilson almost died of Spanish flu when he went to Paris in 1919 to negotiate the Treaty of Versailles and set terms of peace. Before he got sick, he was very strident on his 14 points. And the other ministers of France and England used to joke around that, God only had 10 commandments and Wilson has 14 points. Once he got sick as a dog and almost died in high fever and coughing so bad that they thought he might have had his earliest stroke at that point in time. When he came back to the conference a couple of weeks later, he lost all of his fight. He agreed to everything, and that was a direct result of the Spanish flu influence him. Then he came home to fight for the League of Nations and had a massive stroke in Phoenix, Arizona, undertaking a terrible whistle stop tour to do that. So, yeah, I like the Bela Lugosi's last apartment. I like that a lot. I like that Bela Lugosi used to take his afternoon walk up to Hollywood Boulevard to his cigar shop and get a cigar in the afternoon. I like that. Hey, Nicole. I love these chats. Nowhere else is such a. Oh well, thank you, Beryl. That's very sweet of you. 60, the best thing came out of 69. I was born. There you go, tattoo crazy. Yes, 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 yes. Imagine if we didn't work by the world economy cover up for world control. Just the ideas that people get in their heads are so different than what I grew up with. Things weren't black and white at that time. There was a lot of gray area, and there was a lot of cooperation. And now it just seems like a colossal struggle for power and in-your-face politics, you know? So, I don't know. Yeah, maybe a better word is coexist. Well, thank you, Ivan. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Let's see what happened here. Let's see. That's why I say history has a lot of great lessons. Jefferson Davis, first president and only president of Confederate soldier in Biloxi. The grounds are hopping today. Lots of activity. Jeff Davis was an interesting guy when the war ended, and he kind of went into hiding. There's still that legend, that urban legend, that he cross-dressed to get out of the way of danger. Him and his, I don't know where he already sent to Barna, his wife and daughters away, but they caught him. The Union soldiers caught him dressed like a woman or something. I wonder if they put that in the Jeff Davis Museum down there. And he spent a lot of time locked up in prison down there in the dry Tortugas or whatever. Yeah, it might be Jessica. The Ravens didn't show up. I mean, Lamar Jackson last night was just throwing the ball away. I mean, the defense was fabulous for the Ravens, and the offense just screwed up. But there's always next year. And well and truly, being out here in the Bay Area is so long, and I did predict Buffalo would win, as you guys remember. But I'm more of a Niners fan. But I like good football, and that was not a good game last night. But congratulations to the Buffalo Bills. I'd like to see Buffalo. If Jim Kelly took the Buffalo Bills to the Super Bowl 4 times and got denied 4 times. It would be kind of nice for Buffalo if they were to win they're going to have their work cut out for them in Kansas City, but if they were to win a Super Bowl, could you imagine the city of Buffalo? Detroit's one big garbage can. Not really, Donnie. I mean, there's bad areas of it, but there's some very great parts of Detroit too. It's a great city, and I mean it's probably bottomed out, right? Get a refill on my coffee here. You can see I'm kind of slimmed down a bit here. Feeling good, feeling groovy, feeling groovy. Now people are like, Rosie, don't look so gross when you eat in front of us. Come on, guys. So I'll give you a break from cooking and watching me stuff my face with bacon and eggs today. Right. Feeling groovy. Feeling groovy. Yeah, we need to go. I got other sweatpants. These are just really comfortable. I got leggings galore, but this is mouse toes like this. This is a pandemic, right? And I'm not feeling it. It's going to be 75. I should be bikinied up out there today and bouncing around. But we got to clear this. We got to clear this bullshit because it's not good for the psychology. So the most I want to do is just do some traveling. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag. But there's a good chance I'm going to be on the road this week. Where the hell did my spoon go? I need to change a venue. Right. But I'm not going to be taking off across the country and all that kind of stuff. Good morning, Emerald. Yeah, I'm getting there. Feeling good. And in fact, I always drop food on the big implants when I eat. I always have to look down and say, "What did you have for dinner?" Oh, never mind. They look down. They look down at your boobs like, really? Can I rest a beer there? Can you explain to me the American thing about microwaving hot drinks? It totally throws me for a loop, and I don't get it. I buy a kettle. For my part, Nicole, I'm cheap. Okay, so if I put on a pot of coffee or something, like remember, I'm using Dunkin' Donuts that was kindly gifted to me. And I've got other Tim Hortons coffee containers that have been gifted to me. And I love coffee a lot. So I don't want to waste it. And I also discovered through Missy Jen that if you take coffee in a pot that's not more than 12 hours old or 13 hours old, and you reheat it, it still tastes good. Okay, so that's why, we microwave a lot of, quite a few people will microwave it. I noticed no significant difference in taste at all. So, Atlantic City, Goldie Con, good luck to you. I saw someone microwave a cup of tea. I cried. Thank you, Bobby. You make me laugh too. You should hear my streams. I know you pop by, Bobby. It's like, last night, sharing the night together. Oh, yeah. All right. I love that. Yeah, Reed, what are your picks today? Rosie, I'm going to remind me, we got Tampa Bay playing against, somebody fill me in, what do they are? Hey, Vicky, what do we got? We got Tampa Bay playing. We've got Kansas City, Kansas, I don't even know. Somebody tell me. Hey, yeah, man, how you doing? Hey, CT, how are you today? Yeah, man, he was so good with the voiceover commentary on coachisms. Oh, look at that suplex. Oh, on coachisms, Boyd Wrestling. And I'll tell you, Bobby, you kicked ass last time in that. Woo! Browns and KC. I guess I'm going to have to go with KC because I think they have the best quarterback in the NFL. And I think the Browns will be a little jiggly being in a big game there. It's been a while. So I think I'm going to take Kansas City, but it'll be the upset of the year if the Browns come in. And I guess I would go with Tampa Bay with the experience of Tom Brady in there. I'm doing good. Happy Sunday, Jennifer. Using aluminum, you can keep mold spores out of basically keep a cup of coffee going for a week. Wow. Saints, I'm going to go with Tom Brady, and I'm going to go with Tampa. That'll be my call on that because I think his leadership. Now, Drew Brees is a proven leader too, but Drew Brees is still recovering, and I don't think 100%. So, yeah. Good afternoon, Harold. So we do got more money coming. Like I say, I'm going to go in a couple hours. I'm going to reconnect the battery for the van and see if the computer goes into a reset mode. It might save me having to pay a couple $100 for a dealer to reprogram this control module on there. So we're going to see how that goes. And, does look like we're going to get money pretty quickly again, maybe $1,400, which will be nice. I mean, it'll wreak havoc with our deficit, but if they're handing out free money, you'd be an idiot. No thanks. Give it to Bobby over there. Give it to her. Now, did I win? Did we have a drawing last night? I don't know. I bought a lottery ticket last night, so I don't know. OKC Robbins. Oh yeah, Packers all the way. They're solid. But wasn't it interesting yesterday? You had two UC Berkeley Cal quarterbacks gone against each other. I think it was the first time in history. You had two quarterbacks from the same university, Jared Goff and Aaron Rodgers, going at each other yesterday. Kind of an interesting side note. They're real enough to bring you in here, side of truth, and welcome to you. Let's see, how you doing? When you plan on going to next, please be careful. It's a very limited, Nicole, I'm not going back to Vegas. I'm going to be I'm still in a limited California and Nevada, which I consider one bubble here. I'm not going to take off for anywhere east of there until I get vaccinated and stuff gets way under control in this country. Like, I like to travel and have the use of the gym for doing a shower, and if I can sleep in the van. There's no way right now. No way. Yeah, you kick butt. Yeah, you were in you were in Coachism's women's finals over there. All right, you were badass. Just look up Coachism's and watch. He puts that out on Friday night. That's pretty funny. So please don't stream in the dark. I worry about you. Really? Thank you, Magenta. Good to see you today. Let's show this goofball the gate. Our governor has a recall effort, so now magically everything is reopening. I don't know. People worry about you. I still haven't got better with the trauma of the first Black Widow. That's a nice thought, Mark Terry says. I hope the Browns win. I hate to see the Browns keep losing. It'd be another place for a championship, but there's something about Buffalo endured those 4 terrible years of not winning the Super Bowl under Jim Kelly, and I think that's always been a cross on their back there. So, oh, okay, Bommy. Yeah, take care, Elmer. Good night, Raz. We'll see what happens. Filed HR block last year, and I heard that happened to a lot of Fridays are date night though. Missed the wrestling. How you doing, Melissa? What's up, Native? How are you today? Good to see you. We're talking about all kinds of crap here today. So it was fun last night. Thank you to those of you who were on the live stream last night. I came out of work, got in the van. I thought, oh shit, I got a headache, and I'm not feeling 100%. Okay, I got the cornholio. Amazing. I went to get 1 cup of coffee with y'all. It took about 40 minutes to finally get settled enough to get a cup of coffee and not get lost in my own city. And man, within 15 minutes of drinking that coffee, man, headache was gone and I was on top of the game again. Good deal. Good deal. I'm not going to squeeze any oranges today or anything like that. Let's see here. So what else? So yeah, I will travel this week, but I will travel safely. Quick shot of caffeine helps me. Man, it was amazing what it did to me. Yeah, man. I thought, shit, I came out of there because I'm wearing a bubble suit and, even back office people. And I'm like, okay, I'm dead. Right, there's the emergency room entrance. I might as well just walk out of the main door and just make a left-hand turn and go right into the emergency room. I mean, I'm sitting out there last night killing 15 minutes before I drive off. There's literally people being carried in blankets into the emergency room, I guess with chills and everything else with this crap. I don't know. Farhan, it's your lucky day. I'll be glad when life can go back to. I miss going out for dinner. Yeah, cool. I think we all do. Hey, David Jackson, I'm having a good day. Yeah, I can't wait. All I need is a little bit of coffee and a whole lot of Jesus. There you go, Shemay. Yes, he tested. Yeah, not frequently, just once. What happened with the hospital visit last? No, I was leaving work. Heard from Winky Whispers, who let me know that she did in fact get married last Saturday in Sedona. Well, congratulations to her. We privately message each other back and forth, winky whispers. We need more kitchens. I'll be in there tonight. I'll be in there tonight. We need you to get over that stove and knock out some dishes there in Manchester. Not 2 months old. Wonder. Yeah, finally single and can't even mingle. There's Jennifer Marie. You want to be the new queen of the Rancho, Jennifer? We need more when I'm not asleep. Yeah, there we go. She deserves some happiness. Yes, she does. There's not one person that does not hold a good opinion of Winky Whisper. She is, she's like a female version of me, like a Pollyanna. You know, always upbeat and always happy most of the time. You know. No offense, Farhan, we're going to show you the gate today. I don't come into your chat and talk about stupid stuff. What's up with you and Missy Jen? I think it's already well known out there. Joe, you've never been on the chat before, so we know that you're trolling here. Yeah, Jennifer Marie says, yes, Rosie, I'll come to the Rancho, shake it. Yeah, I got to get back on the floor of the franchise again. Yeah, man, you got to send me a link, right? Raise morale on the floor of the great franchise up there at Dearborn on the truck factory, right? Yeah, I don't have any talent. If you've never seen the name before in here, you know, it's you know, when it would happen to this, so they know damn well what happened to it, right? If they watched me, they know what happened. So. Hey, Dinah, what's going on? Yeah. Yeah, good to see you. I hope you're doing good today. Okay, Doug, it's just ridiculous, you know. Rosie is brutal and Boyd wrestling. That's right. Right. They mistake my kindness and big heart for a lack of strength, bravery, and courage in that ring. If you've only been watching a week, then you wouldn't even, Missy Jen would be an unfamiliar name to you. What's cooking in Rancho Kitchen Stadium tonight is going to be the camp cook. We're going to do camp style with some foil. We're going to cut up some carrots. We're going to tons of carrots. Put some shrimp in there with some green onions, some regular onion, and a little bit of garlic, and we're going to season that up real good, dry it off real good. We don't want any wet in there, or else steam will expand the packet. But we're going to wrap that in foil, and we're going to put that on about 10 minutes each side onto it. We're going to cook that up and see how that turns out. It's very low carb dish again. Should be interesting tonight. Let's see. So that'll be fun. I better see some butter corn on the cob. They don't eat corn on the cob over there, Nicole. Right? Right? Didn't the Europeans just feel repulsed at Americans eating corn on the cob? Man, we use that to slop hogs and all that. What the hell are you doing eating corn on the cob and all that? It's it. Yeah, we do eat it. Oh, you do eat it. Okay, Nikki. All right. That's interesting. That's interesting. I think Nicole's gone crazy on lockdown over there. I'd like to see her take advantage of that to knock out, maybe make a Korean beef dish or something like that and put it up and share that. That would be cool. I mean, the rare times that she put up cooking videos were fantastic. They were unbelievable. Sauerkraut and kielbasa is good low carb. Yeah, I've got a jar of sauerkraut. I love sauerkraut. I love that. Silver Star, I'm keto too. How you doing, Silver Star? Good to see you. I like cabbage rolls, and it's one of my favorite parts about the Vietnamese spring rolls made from rolled lettuce and cabbage. They're good. I plan to just can't right now. I'll be doing it at some point. Just want to make sure I can afford it all first, as I want new equipment. Okay. Do they have used equipment shops there? Here, so many restaurants have failed that you can pick up used equipment, great equipment for a song here. I mean, it's unbelievable. If you've got the balls to think about starting up a restaurant at this point in time, doing a keto pizza. I have, Kimmy, I have Dunkin' Donuts medium roast original, which is fantastic. Kitchen's too small. Yeah, talk about it. I've kicked out a lot of stuff in this time kitchen. It's been a killer. Keto Atkins are great, but I love popcorn. I love popcorn too. I love the Dunkin' coffee. I absolutely love it. Back to the weeds. You keep doing you, Mark Terry. You really were very entertaining and very skilled, and you have an amazing, I play guitar. I can get the tunes. I just play a basic rhythm guitar, but I'll tell you what, lyrics are where I fall down, and you have such a scope of lyrics in your memory is an amazing, amazing thing. Oh, you have one surface which is smaller than my packaged ramen. Really? Jasmine, how you doing, sweetie? You too, Brenda. You too. I don't know. I woke up, I was watching CJ Real Stream News and Rich like talking smack. I mean, I'm just, like, Rich, don't go down that road, Chris, stay clear of all that stuff was pretty funny. But it gets cutting in there, it's, it gets kind of cutting. I don't know. That's those kind of things sometimes can be like, silent killers, because people don't voice opinions, but they think things in their head about things. So I don't know. The pub at the end of my street is incredible keto. The owner lost 60 pounds doing it. Wow, Miss Padwina, that's great. Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Yeah, living a life, having a good time. So he had called me during my stream last night, and I returned the call this morning. I didn't know he was right in the middle of being on stream, and I don't like to interrupt people when they're on the stream. What was that word? I think he tried to say fabricate my last. Yeah, 60 pounds is good. 60 pounds is great. Congratulations to you. That's amazing. 60 pounds. It's good to see Cheryl this morning, and Cheryl always makes it a lot of fun late night, when I'm out and about. People like the van streams. They like the driving around and all that stuff. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to do that. She's my wealth of information. Hey, Nikki C, love your stream. Oh, well, thank you, Nikki C. Is that stunning in a bad way, or we were like a Medusa? Thank you, sweetie. You're very nice. I do need to get on the road this week. I do go stir crazy, but I do travel within the confines of safety and things like that. So I'm excited about trying to get on the road. Hey, whole doc on Stu Unger this morning after your vid. Interesting. Yes, he was, Prince Noob. I consider Stu Unger the most genius poker player of all time. Had he not gotten involved in heroin and other illicit drugs, God knows how far this could have. Guy went from $80 million to having to people solicit money to bury him. That's the downside of the spiral of drugs sometimes, and unfortunate to him. And I was very fortunate to be able to see, to be able to view that death room that he was found in. So. Hello, Melissa. How's rebuilding the burned down parts of Santa Rosa going? Pretty good. Coffee Park is virtually rebuilt. I would say we've rebuilt about 60%, 60 to 70% of the 6,000 homes that were lost in the 2017 Great Santa Rosa fire. So we've come a long way here. We've come a long way. And a lot of people are leaving San Francisco and they're coming to places like Santa Rosa and Petaluma because they don't want to be in the big city stuff anymore, and they're coming out to the suburbs, which is good. Yeah, he was an interesting guy. My favorite part is when you touch the bread spread. They dared me to touch the bedspread. Okay, touch it. Come on, touch it. Grower said, "Come on, put your hand on there." Dude, I didn't like the big blob stain in the middle of the bed. Like, what the hell, right? You're paying $59 a night for a stain. Dude, I don't know. I've been offered $500 to spend a night in there, and I've turned it down. I don't need it. And the guy's like, yeah, the maid bolted out of the place last week, right? She was all shook up. I mean, it was like, don't touch that bedspread. No. You sound like my moderators. Don't look in that dumpster. No. Don't root through that trash pile. She touched it. I can't believe it. She touched it. God, sanitize your hand. I'm a virus processor, man. Okay, that's the way I do. Don't touch it. Oh, she's gonna touch it. Now Mouse Toes is like, she'll touch it. Don't just watch. She'll touch it, right? She'll touch it. They know me very, very well. But what your cooker you use outside is what brand? Now, are you talking about the 2-burner stove? That's called a 1-fuel that can run on butane or propane, dual fuel stove. It's called a one burner or whatever. Or are you talking about the barbecue? Because the barbecue's about had it. Let me see what this thing is called. Give me a second here. Give me a second to run out to the garage here. All right, I had to dig it out. I cleaned up the garage. I forgot. That thing's called a one fuel. And the interesting thing, it's called 1-fuel. And the interesting thing is Siege to Freedom was using the same stove when he was temporarily remodeling his, expanding his house or whatever. What happened? I was gone out to see the name of the what my 2-burner portable stove is. Okay, yeah, check it out, because Siege to Freedom was using the same stove, which I thought was interesting. So it works well. It's worked great. Don't look too close at it. It needs a hell of a cleaning, but you get the idea. How you doing, Kim? Happy Sunday to you. Yes, you were unattended for a couple minutes. 1-fuel is the name of it. I believe I bought that about the same time I got the, that would have been July or August of 2017 I purchased that. It's done a great job. Hey Liz, how are ya? Check it out. I'm gonna get my last cup of coffee here with you guys this morning. I know a lot of you gonna be on football Sunday today. All right. Now, Nicole, turn away a minute because I'm gonna use the microwave again. All right. So the spices I'm going to use tonight, I'm going to use some Knorr chicken powder, a little bit of sesame oil, and I'm going to use some Old Bay, some salt and pepper. I'm going to spray everything with a little bit of oil and make sure everything's dry, because I don't want a lot of water expanding the foil pack tonight. I want to keep that as dry as possible. On there, let that heat up for a second. So I hope everybody's having a good day today. I'm going for the Browns and the Buccaneers today. All right. You must be going old school with the Buccaneers. You want to see Tom Brady get one more ring, huh? Which is cool. Browns are going to have their work cut out for them in Kansas City. Okay, just saying that. Well, okay, take care, Emily. Throw it down on a canvas. Nice. Okay, we'll have something in yellows for you. Okay, that's cool. Abby says, Saints all the way. Drew Brees fades back in the pocket, sets up, fires, touchdowns, Saints. Old Bay, I put that shit on everything. That's good stuff, Old Bay. Yeah, I need a gym shirt like that, so smooth. Yeah, this was given to me as a gift at Christmas. Kansas City's a 14-point favorite. Okay, well, you know, that seems about right to me. But if the top form Browns show up, it's going to be a hell of a game. I utilize the beverage buttons all the time on my microwave. Yeah, man. Hmm? How's Velma doing? Huh? I hope she's doing okay. Tell her I said hi. It was funny seeing her bust your balls a little bit on the stream last week. That was funny. And I really liked your streams, yeah, man. When you come out of the franchise on breaker at the end of your shift, sit out there in your truck. Good stuff. And you make an excellent wrestling commentator. You get the juices flowing. Get those juices flowing. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, you never know how fast that next stimulus will be coming your way, y'all. Use it wisely. Spend it wisely. Great day. New merch ideas. Yeah, new merch ideas, right? I will, yeah. I'm laughing. Yeah, man. It's like, oh, suplex. Oh, camel clutch over the top. Get those choo-choos flowing, exactly. A lot of good stuff that's still going on the boy. And you got to hand it to Coach Isms. He does a first-class job, right? Puts a lot of time and effort into getting these characters and all this stuff. It's good stuff. I enjoy it. Yeah, man, outside the franchise. Yeah, man, sitting in the break room, right? Figuring out which snack he's going to get. He pulls the Slim Jim. You can hear him chomping away on. Hey, they're building the electric plant over there. There it is. Yeah. Coach is a fresh set of relief. Yes, he is. No drama and just fun. Yeah, exactly. Playboy mud flaps. Exactly, Vanilla Rain. It'll be your hood ornament. In Mad Max time, they're going to strap me to the front of the desert rat, four-wheel ratters out there. You too, Kimmy. I was wanting to learn. Okay. Yeah, So coachisms has been a great thing, and I enjoy street life too when he does his streaming. I enjoy that, listening to him. And now I've got images of Rosie strapped to the front of so I know, isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Like, I hope we don't enter a Mad Max world in the next 10 years, right? With the desert rat mobiles running around, crazy ass people out there wearing fur skins and the gyro captains with crazy goggles and shit on, you know. Thank you, Carl. Good to see you. I guess you're rooting for the Browns today, Carl, being as you're a Toledo, Ohio guy. And coming for your ramen, be prepared. Wait till you get to a motel, exactly. Leather panties, exactly. It's a hell of a scene, you know. Sometimes Hollywood has this tendency to foreshadow the future, you know. That's what worries me. A breakdown of law and order and tribal warfare. I worry about chooching during this time. Well, we're keeping things pretty limited, Sonny Girl. I'm not really interacting with anybody. You know, I'm wearing a mask all the time, even when I'm picking up my food through the drive-through window, and being pretty damn careful. New merch, mud flaps. Ain't gonna protect much during a fight. Yeah, especially if a scorpion gets kicked up on you or something like that. Captain Content was tanked last night eating dry ramen. Yeah, Ice Poseidon had an interesting stream last night where he set up a date for his robot with another robot. I mean, cool. You have to give it to the guy. He's inventive. He is chooching responsibly. I am. Chooch responsibly. Exactly. That's exactly what I do. I did so enjoy the Mad Max movies, though. They were epic. I have to say, though, my favorite guy was the gyro captain. He was all the way up. He was such a friggin' nut in that movie. I can't remember his name, but he gave me a lot of laugh. Baked Alaska was arrested. Yeah, he's, I don't know what to say about this guy. I don't know. You know, I guess basically I don't belong in that group of streamers. Really, it's just not my cup of tea. I mean, it's been killer for a lot of people. It's been killer for Burger Planet. It's been killer for Asian Andy and Mexican Andy and so many people. It's been a killer all the way up. Some of them are too political for you. I think that they are. And, you know, they go too extreme for my taste. And, you know, it's not a good fit. It's not a good fit. How you doing, Sky Laura? What's up? The dog was your favorite? Yeah, I remember Indiana Jones. That was a great movie when that came out. All the special effects and stuff was cool. Excuse me. Okay, Sue. Don't know, watch him, but know who he is. I saw it on the news. He's got a tough road ahead, Baked Alaska. But most of those people like Scuff, Jim Carrey, SJC, these people have faded into oblivion. They're young and dumb. You have wisdom on you. Yeah, thank you, Cheryl. Smart enough to stay out of this. Smart enough not to get into an RV. I'll drive my own vehicle, right? Oh man, too much. Sorry, no blurble on the side chat here. English only at the table, and basic functional Spanish is okay. So, yeah, I'm not one to push the envelope. You've seen people get their lights punched out, teeth knocked out, and you know, swatted over 40 times, and it's lunacy, right? And a lot of that stuff, you want to talk about scripted stuff, a lot of that crap is scripted too. which gives it a kind of an unnatural feel to it. Basic functional Spanish, I love it. Buenos tardes, buenas noches, buenos dias. I'm staying far away from politics and that kind of risk. Yeah, it's been one of the worst years, exactly. Sky full of stars. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and close out the stream. Thank you for spending about an hour and a half with me this morning. I really appreciate it. Stay safe out there. I think you got more money coming your way in the U.S. here, so we shall see. I think things are going to happen very, very rapidly. I think Joe Biden, being a legislator for many years in the United States Senate and all that, is probably got legislation ready to go, boom, pounded down and just pass through like greased lightning. So we shall see. Shay, take care. Jennifer Marie, Aaron Carter trying to start to be a YouTube star. Yeah, Charlotte, good to see you. Yes, I will be back later for Rancho Kitchen Stadium tonight. We're going to cook up the shrimp. We're going to do a camp style cook up with foil and all that. It'll be my first time ever. We'll see how that works. Cheryl, thank you. And to Toodles, my wonderful moderators on here. Enjoy. Wow. My fat ass sliding the chair. Y'all have a wonderful day and stay safe out there, okay?